Welcome back. So the shoes I finally ordered came a couple days ago. I already took a look at them. They came in this 413 box, which is the 413 factory, which these shoes technically aren't 413, but since they're limited, the eBay sellers most likely figured that's what they came in. Now, these are the eBay shoes. These are the original. Now, I had already taken the laces out. Skytop 2, Decade X. These were called the transitions. There you go. Then we got the eBay ones. Took the laces off already. They do come with wax laces. So in this video, pretty much just gonna be comparing the two. Now this one is a size smaller, 8.5. I ordered a 9 because just more comfort. Like Supras do come narrow, so I figured more room for my feet. But after looking at them a couple of days, I'm gonna end up returning them, which was the plan all along, because these were about like $280 with shipping and everything. So in this video, we're pretty much gonna be comparing, well, measuring and comparing, but we won't go into numbers like the Skytop 2s, the white ones that I did. Pretty much just gonna measure and then compare, see how far off it is. Most likely it's not gonna be off. What I did notice with my other Supras, that the Skytop 2 Decade X versions, the tongues are more shorter. So like these would fly with the all white leather ones I have and the navy blue and gold Supras that I have. Like the tongue is completely fine length, but for Skytop Decade 2s, it will not fly. As you can see the difference in height. That's about like what, an inch and a half difference. So I would not recommend getting these. The under the shoe for all the Decade X editions, the bottom of the shoe is transparent and it says the word forever. Like this one says it perfectly, perfect sizing. This one, you can't really tell what it says. You could probably see the 4, but it's like if it was zoomed in, so I honestly wouldn't buy these. And then you could also see like the lettering's more pushed in compared to that one. But we'll go ahead and get started with the measurings. Alright, before we start, let's go over the insoles. These are original insoles. Like almost all the Decade X have these. It says forever on them, Supra, and it's just the regular Supra foam. These are from the eBay seller. Regular Supra insole as well with the Supra foam, but it doesn't have the Decade X design. If it was regular Supras, that would fly, but I mean, if you're buying the Decade X edition, you're gonna want those. Now, let's get to our measurements. So what I did notice is that the reason the tongue is long is because they're using the patterns from other Supra models, other Skytop 2 models, which is, like I said earlier, which is fine. But right here, tell a difference. This is like about an inch, maybe a little bit over, and over here we have like 1.5 inches, possibly 2 inches. So that's the difference that I noticed. Of course, the stitching is going to be better on the eBay one since it's newer. they're still making them. But I mean, overall, they pretty much look decent. If the tongue was shorter, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like it is. Oh, another thing I noticed, it's not as puffy here compared to the original. You can see it's more like fluffy. Fluffy, whatever. And then on the outside, textile. Outside leather. Most likely man-made leather that they're using. Alright, well, let's get to it. I guess first we'll start with the X pattern here. So that's about right there. It is a little flared, so just because of worn. Yeah, it's pretty much there, so that's the same. Let's check top of here, bottom there. Top of here to the bottom, you can tell there's a difference. Oh, my bad. Difference right there, by a couple millimeters. I also did notice the pattern here, a little janky compared to the original. It's more straightforward. That's most likely why. Like those, like this is a shorter distance from here. If I just cut too much, or if I can put the pattern a little too low. So this one was made pretty sloppy compared to the other Supras they're making. Most likely they rushed this one out. Now the important one, let's move to the X, corner to corner, make sure they're the right good size. Alright, corner to corner, on the X. Corner to corner on the X, so they got that right. This, when I saw this, I was like, that's too small, but that was just me being picky. It's actually just the same size. Same size. So this one does sag a little, like it has been worn before. I bought these used. A little bit more dirty, you can tell, compared to the newer ones. But like I said before, here we go. Big difference, half an inch right there, maybe more. That's like the only difference on the tongue, which makes it shoot up super high. Like I said, this model, they made the tongue shorter than the other Skytop 2s. So they didn't have the pattern for this year. Now let's check this bad boy. The little design on the side. I'd say it's about right there. The original. On the new one's a bit shorter by a couple millimeters, but can't really tell really. I mean, if you look at it, if anything, this has a more clear design than this one. This one more looks like an oval. But like I said, these are the originals. Muscatoos. Yeah, about the same. I mean, they got the patterns right for that. It's just the tongue that they fucked up on. But I mean, I wouldn't buy them again. Like I said, I'm gonna return these to the seller. I'll probably end up getting another pair of Supras that were actually made properly with the patterns that they have. Like these don't match the originals. Definitely not. I wouldn't recommend you guys getting them unless, you know, you want them. They don't look bad when you put them on. I'll put a on feet video after this recording. I'll do a on feet so you guys could see how it looks. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I should be going further on to the measuring. Everything's pretty much spot on except for this bottom panel right here. Big difference. Other than that, this matches, the fucking crown matches. You know, everything, the level of the shoe minus the tongue, same height. Super tag logo on the back, pretty much the same. Like I said, down here you could tell like it has a grid pattern underneath it versus the originals doesn't have a grid pattern. But I mean, I'll end the video right there. I probably wouldn't buy them again after I return them. Like I said, they did some pretty sloppy work with making these. That loophole doesn't even have a hole on the other side. They most likely rushed these getting out. So now I'll just end it there. I wouldn't buy these. I wouldn't recommend you guys to buying these from that eBay seller. Like I said, the other Supra shoes I would buy. I mean, you can't get those patterns wrong. They're on spot. I'll most likely buy some more, and I'll post some videos comparing them to my other Supras. So I'll post the on feet video right now, guys. Thanks for watching.